Eyes for Sale is a short film I made for the Capital of Conformity series. Roger is the first character we get to see within this series, and his stories, he's a struggling artist who gets lured in by the Capital. The Capital is a utopian dystopia. When you're in it, you can't actually even tell that it's a dystopia, and you'll see in a minute. As a matter of fact, quite a big chunk of the population is already living here, metaphorically.
So you're looking to join the Capitol. Splendid choice.
So right here, Stacktown is where all the citizens of the Capitol live. Like a giant library of humans. Everybody lives inside of a tiny little room. Nobody's an individual anymore. Everybody's just like one piece of the puzzle. When you're inside the box, it feels like you're at home. You have everything you need. All the technology is keeping you occupied in your little monkey cell. And then when it zooms out, it shows that you are one amongst millions of other people in these giant concrete stacks. There was only 3 scenes, so I didn't expect anybody to feel that way, but it's just kind of setting up the future for Stacktown.
Would you call yourself a dreamer? Unsure if you should continue to pursue your grand ambitions and desires? Well, at the Capitol we have a solution just for you. Let us tell you a tale from one of our loyal citizens.
His value is his eyes. His trust tally, which is his social credit score, is a 4.7. And then the deviation risk in Capital is if you go into a room and you see all these people on their phones and they're glued to it, who are the people in that room that are more likely to put their phone down and realize that they're staring at their phone all day? That's the deviation risk. So his is 23%. A lot of people in the Capitol have a much lower rate because they're so addicted to the tech. But Roger is creative. He's a creative guy. And so he sort of realizes that he's stuck in the shite situation. So he's a 23% deviation risk.
He was once a hopeful artist, formerly known as Roger.
And coming up here, I just love autumn. Autumn is like...
It was a lovely autumn day.
Autumn and guitar, there's nothing better, you know? I've had a lot of good memories in autumn, and I think that I really wanted to place that kind of environment in Eyes for Sale so that you feel connected to Roger, at least in the first little bit of his miserable life. But when I see these, you know, it just makes me... I don't know.
As Roger and his
I
pup
just like it a
sat
lot.
in thought, they noticed something peering in the corner. An adorable little gopher. This gave Roger a grand idea. An idea that would change his life forever.
And that's no understatement. It really f***s up his whole life. Now, this is another metaphor for terrible things sneaking into your life through innocent ways. That might be a little too like Van Gogh artsy mode, but I wanted to show all these painful things that happen to Roger happened through a very innocent way. Quite a difficult scene to achieve because in AI you can't get consistent characters, or at least at the time that I was making this. So what I did was I generated about 100 to 200 different images of a bald guy, and there was always something off about his face. And then there was also something off about the dog, because the dog kept morphing into other dogs. So this whole scene here, I don't know how long it took, but it was like a week or something. It just wasn't cooperating. Like he's a cute little pug there, and then he becomes like a Boston Terrier in the next scene.
An idea that...
I feel like knowing where this gopher leads Roger, I can never see gophers the same again.
That would change his life forever. Over a handful of years, Roger had finally finished his best comic yet.
It's all his books.
The Adventures of Gulliver Gopher. Unlike Roger's previous failures, this story was oh so special.
He's smiling. He knows that this book is better than the rest.
His dreams of becoming an author were just around the corner. So he dipped into his entire retirement fund to mass produce his masterpiece.
A lot of people said I was obsessed with alliterations, and I'm starting to kind of see that now.
He knew it was a hit. Unfortunately, nobody else thought so.
Yeah.
But Roger was no quitter.
Very sad.
He hammered back a cup of joe and zoomed straight back to the drawing board, refining the story day by day
Okay, so
and night by night.
what's really funny is my dad looks exactly like this. He wears sweaters like this. He also has a book that he's written. He's tried to write it before and publish it. And he also refines the story day by day and night by night. And he also has a dog. And I didn't even think about it when I was making this character. I guess it was subconscious. But my dad lives through Roger. And I'm hoping that he doesn't end up like Roger at the end.
Knowing with just a few tweaks it'd be a bestseller. This poor geezer knew this was his final shot at leaving a lasting legacy for the world. It had to work. But not all dreams come true.
Oops.
Over the years of pursuing his unrealistic goals, 091771 had racked a mountain of debt.
Oh man, that's a lot of debt. This is going to sound really far-fetched, but I like to go down these little rabbit holes. Like, I've shot things in the past where I can relate the character to somebody in real life, and I know that they're doing just fine. What's weird about this is the fact that, you know, this is like animation and AI. It almost feels like I had just spawned this guy in this perpetual state of being screwed. I have an understanding of how these things work, but I can't help but feel like, I'm like, what have I done? I put this poor old man inside of this terrible universe. Roger's whole existence was built to be stuck inside of this terrible place. Sorry, Roger. It was worth it. When AI gets good enough, Roger's probably going to possess my Roomba and climb into the bathtub with me, and that'll be the end of my story. So there's many scenes that I wanted to add, and I thought it would be cool to show one last attempt of Roger trying to get out of his brokenness. It would have been awesome to see Roger hold up like a convenience store at gunpoint or something. That would have been hilarious.
Belongings. He even had to pawn his father's silver watch.
Yeah, another time.
His mother's pearl necklace. And he said goodbye to his precious father.
Oh, God. I forgot how sad this is. Oh, God. Yeah, that's the first sign that you got no coins left, is when you got the ramen
Unfortunately,
noodles.
this was still not enough.
Yeah, he is bone dry.
But no worries.
But his hero is coming to save him. He doorbells the keyhole. I couldn't for the life of me have him doorbell a doorbell. So Roger thinks it's the IRS, so that's why he's not opening the door. Now, it's the Capitol. I wanted to show that Roger has given up, so there's nothing he can do about this. He just kind of goes, okay, whatever. You know, he's lost everything at this point. I wish the cuts weren't so abrupt, though. But for the life of me, I couldn't fix that because AI is just not at a good stage right now to do those kind of things. So I really had to jump from scene to scene. But if I could revisit this episode in particular, there's so many new things that I would do to it. Transitional scenes, all that. I just feel like it was cut a bit short here.
We showed him the hard truth about how sometimes imagination can get in the way of reality. We also bought the rights to his mediocre book, liberating him from some of his financial dues.
So I wanted to make it look like it wasn't that bad. Like, it's actually kind of fun to go. That was the whole point of Eyes for Sale, was to make the Capitol, at least in this part, look pretty cool. If you see in the comments, there's actually quite a few people that would be down to go here. The creepy thing about the Capitol is that everybody's there by choice. Everybody's a hedonist here. As soon as you get a taste of that digital drug, you can't really go back. There's nothing that can replace the instant gratification that these Capitol technologies are giving people. So nobody cares to leave.
Where the grind of greatness is replaced by the sweet simplicity of being entertained.
Now, 091771 lives a life free of struggle.
So he lives a life free of struggle. Pursuing your dreams is a struggle, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
And full of pleasure. No.
He's full of pleasure from digital entertainment, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
All he needs are his eyes and his thumbs.
That's where the title Eyes for Sale comes from, is his eyes and attention is the new currency. So this is another reference to the clock. The aspect of time and seasons passing is kind of showing that Roger is losing time and time is precious. Okay, this might be a little far-fetched, but when you are consuming media and you are constantly watching these dopamine blasting entertainment videos online or scrolling, doom scrolling, you're stuck. You're smiling and you're stuck to the ground. You can't move. And I guess that was very far-fetched because everybody's like, what the hell is this?
We only asked for his undivided attention. Now, he can simply exist without the hard work and disappointment.
But there he is.
Where you'll learn how to dance like the rest.
This was a dance class to dance like everybody else. Basically conformity.
Like the rest.
Why did the tomato turn red? Because all the others were doing it.
And he's being forced to laugh. They know exactly what to do and when to do it to make you engaged and to laugh or to feel sad. So it goes up.
The mood on the go. Alter your mood instantly.
That was a cut from the old
Come
one.
visit Brightside Bistro.
Bug bites, the crunch you crave.
I'm sure I don't have to explain that one.
The crunch you crave.
Yeah.
The all-new automatons are more realistic.
Now, people were a bit confused about the algomatic. Roger is reviewing the footage without knowing. And the longer the footage lasts on the TV, it gets sent to the devices of the people on the mood on the go. Now, I didn't explain it too well, but I want to in the next episode.
Sweetheart, it's all right.
Now, this next scene, I regret so much.
Dreams won't matter if you just smile.
But as you can see, it's lasting longer. And so he clicks it, it's green, and then it's submitted through. But it's like over the top, kind of like, hey, I'm trying to be creepy. My original plan was actually to not have so many sounds going on, but to just have his eyes and then to have the screens flickering very fast and it washes out in kind of a bassy sound. That's how it feels to doom scroll. It doesn't feel like this mega climactic scene like I did here, but I kind of got lost in the sauce, so that's my fault.
Would you call yourself a dreamer?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that, but yeah, either that. But I like the blackout scene here where he's begging. So that's like when you take an iPad away from a baby.
I wonder what's in that box. It's
But
the
hey.
all-new gullible
At least his book got published.
Gopher comic. Written and illustrated by the Capitol. Grab your copy today. It's the Capitol's biggest hit yet. Biggest hit yet.
All I know is that would suck. He was this fun-loving old man with a dog, a dream, a lot of things going for him, sort of. Well, maybe not really, but he tried his best. The Capitol reduced him to eyes and thumbs, not too different from a lot of people you might know. Think about Roger and let him sadly be an example of what not to do. If you ever wonder where I am, I have a second channel called Biolands. So if I haven't posted on this channel for a while, you can always check out this sci-fi fantasy project I've been working on. I've been writing it since 2011, I believe, and it's going to be mixing live action with a lot of AI stuff. So if you're interested in this weird kind of stuff that I do, check it out. Next episode is coming very soon. I just have to perfect it a little bit more. I think it's a curse of mine, but I hope it's worth the wait. See you later.